Hello. Just want to show you some mushrooms we're growing in our backyard. They're nice edible ones. They're called garden giant. The Latin name is Stropharia rugosa annulata. They can get to be pretty darn big actually. These grew, we only noticed them 2 days ago, and look at the size of them. They were little lumps. Lisa thought it was dog poop or something at first when she first saw it. She was giving a neighbor a little tour of the garden, and then I noticed, holy jeez, these things grow pretty fast. Anyhow, they started growing in this area of the yard, and they worked their way towards food. There's a lot of wood chips in here, so that's what they like growing on. I'm going to harvest them now because the veil is broken. These are all clumped together, so it's going to be a bouquet. Here's one. There we go. Pretty big.
Very big, fat, juicy mushroom.
Look at that. Fresh. Can't get any fresher than that. Homegrown mushrooms. Good stuff. Here's the mushrooms that harvested. We washed and cut them up. And we're about to chop them up and make a nice side dish for any meal actually.
Hello. As you can see, I cut up the mushroom. It's called the garden giant or wine cap. I cut the mushrooms along the gills because that way you don't ruin the texture. You have a meaty texture when you eat it. I'm going to cook it with a little bit, just probably 3/4 of carrot and half sweet onions. I put a tiny little bit of water at the bottom of my wok because I don't like fumes. Then it's boiling, so I just add a little bit of olive oil. And then I put in the carrots and the onions first. Let them soften. Mushroom doesn't take too long to cook. The reason I put the carrots in it is just to give a little bit sweetness. I don't like to cook with sugar, so I always use carrots to bring out the sweetness. Now I can smell the aroma of the onion, and the carrot seems to be softened too. Put in mushrooms. By the way, you are not supposed to eat mushrooms raw. No matter what kind of mushrooms, they are not supposed to be eaten raw. You have to cook them. Based on Chinese medicinal philosophy.
I've seen people put raw mushrooms sliced up in salads, and then they get indigestion.
I add a little bit more water. Just to give the mushroom a chance to be cooked. And I give a little bit light soy sauce. That's all I need to put in for the flavor. Just a little. I don't add salt. This is enough. And then I just cook it until the water is absorbed. sometimes mushroom can be watery too. So it depends on what kind of mushrooms. But they need to be thoroughly cooked too. If they get a little bit watery, that's fine. If you don't like it watery, you can add a little bit starch to thicken it. But I don't really mind if it's a little bit watery.
The wine cap mushrooms are pretty meaty.
Yeah, but the important thing is you have to get the mushrooms thoroughly cooked. It's a little bit more watery than I like, so I do give it a little bit.
Cornstarch?
Yeah. I will thicken it up a little bit. Put a teaspoon starch. Add a little bit of water. And just spread it evenly. And then give it a good stir. And then it doesn't look that watery anymore. It looks nice and creamy.
Mushrooms are very good for your health. They contain micronutrients, vitamin D. If they're dehydrated in the sun, they get even more added vitamin D. Many mushrooms that are gourmet mushrooms have medicinal qualities too. Doesn't that look good? Can't wait. Great side dish. Thanks, Lisa.
I hope you enjoy your mushrooms. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.